Welcome back to Hong Kong Direct. Ed Sadler still with him. You're looking ahead to Sunday's programme at Sha Tin and the Centenary Vase. Before that, though, we're going to catch up with a man in form with a double on Wednesday night, take his season tally to 9 as well. We're weighing in with Christophe Soumillon.
Hi, I'm Jockey Christophe Soumillon from Belgium. I want to become a jockey because my dad was a jump jockey before me, and I used to go a lot of times around the racetracks. And I started pony racing around 7 years old, and I really loved it. And things after each other become better and better. I really love to ride horses from ponies, and then I started racing very early, and I really loved it. My favorite horse will be Sha Tin, because she was unbeaten with me and probably the best I've ridden.
Sha Tin, ce rendez-vous, vous ne l'avez pas manqué. Formidable Sha Tin qui va s'imposer dans un arc de triomphe exceptionnel. Sha Tin s'impose, Christophe Soumillon.
Winning the arc and a lot of big races. So yes, she was a really impressive filly, and yeah, she was something different. My best Hong Kong memory will be with Viva Pataka when I won the Hong Kong Derby.
Stanley Ho can get anything he wants, but you can't buy this. You must earn it, and Viva Pataka does. Wins the Derby.
I think that was a great moment, a very strange day with a lot of rain and a crazy race, and finally, yeah, he did it very easily. It was a great memory that day. It's not easy because I like to do sometimes things that nobody does, but on my last memories, maybe last year in France, I was staying last and I did all the outside on a very wet track. I probably did 100 meters more than everybody, and I still won the race.
Et Bréauté qui calé contre la lisse complètement à l'extérieur, qui revient maintenant le plus belle. Bréauté de plus en plus fort avec Omel qui vient à son intérieur. Bréauté qui triomphe ici. La deuxième place va revenir.
I was in a big handicap race, not the biggest race in the world, but yeah, I will probably say that. But yeah, in one of the biggest race, maybe last year Dubai World Cup as well. I think Frankie Dettori is probably the person I really inspired myself from. One of the best I've seen before I start riding, and he always motivated me a lot, and I think nobody can really challenge him. He's in a different league. I will say that unfortunately he's retired, but it was probably Olivier Deleuze, Dulilai, here in Hong Kong. He was a very funny person, and he's always now, but not in the jockey's room anymore. My family now is getting with 3 kids. Charlie, she's 15 years old now, my daughter. I have Mika, he's 13, and my last one, Robin, is 3 years old, and my wife, Sophie. Be patient, your time will come. I have many famous friends, but I'm not gonna say their names, but the one I can really say, and she's really famous, is my wife. She's probably the most amazing person I've met. She was probably the most beautiful I've saw, and we are together now for already more than 17 years, so it's a great relationship, and we create a beautiful family, so yeah, nothing can be better than that. So I'm probably one of the most luckiest person in the world to have the chance to live my life like it is.
Great stuff there from Christophe. So bring me undone at the end there, Edward. If you get a chance, he was talking about Sha Tin. 7 out of 7 she won. He never picked his stick up once in Sha Tin. Guineas and Oaks and an arc. She never got hit once. Absolute freak. We need to keep moving on, though, and we're looking ahead now to Sunday's programme and the Centenary Vase. We have Group 3 contest over the 1,800 metres, headed by last year's winner in Exultant. Fiore, coming out of the Cup on International Day, has beaten Exultant twice this season already. Time Warp, we assume he'll roll forward coming out of the January Cup, as is Harmony Victory. Savvy 9 won that race, ridden by Christophe Soumillon. Wagner Borges takes over here. Singapore, Sling and Sha Tin, and Glorious Dragon, who's runner-up in this race last year and runner-up in the January Cup at Happy Valley last time out, Ed. But the obvious place to start here, I suppose, is with Exultant's last year's winner. Is he in last year's form, though?
No, I don't think he is, Andrew. I think he's still racing in really honest fashion. He's a very tough horse who always gives it his all, but he's now a 7-year-old. He's yet to win from 3 starts this season. No, I don't feel he's going quite as well, and he's got the top weight to carry, so I think he'll be vulnerable here. OK, all right. Well, Zach Purton, his regular rider, we caught up with him at track work this week to get his thoughts heading into the weekend.
Yeah, he's probably not racing at the same level this season as he was last season, of course. But, you know, he's getting older, as they all do get. But he's racing honest. He's still giving everything he's got. You know, it's a race where he gives himself a chance again. And, you know, the other horses have to turn up on the day to be able to beat him. He's still going to run a good, honest race. And if they don't turn up, you know, he could have his day again.
What was your take on his performance in the Vase? Were you surprised that he wanted to over-race as well that day?
Yeah, it's a tendency he had it early in his career, and then, you know, he sort of worked things out a little bit and relaxed nicely and put a lot of good performances through. But I did notice at the back end of last season he started to get a little bit aggressive in his races again, and then this season he's sort of carried that through and he's becoming more and more aggressive all the time. So, you know, it could be a sign that he is tired, he is getting a little bit older. You know, horses do things like that for a reason, and, you know, he's clearly hasn't shown us his best form yet this season, but he's a type of horse that could turn it on at any time.
He absolutely could, yeah. Ride him off at your peril, even with that big weight on his back. Having said that, though, Ed, Fiore has beaten him twice this year, and I thought was pretty good. He was out of the money on International Day, but still acquitted himself well.
He did. He finished 5th in the race, and prior to that he won his last 2, including the ladies' purse under handicap conditions over the same course and distance, where he beat Exultant. He's drawn a good gate. He's not as well off at the weights this time around as what he was, but he'll get every chance, and he's clearly one of Hong Kong's best middle-distance horses.
Yeah, and he's still getting £5. You say not as much as he was early in the season, but £5 is still £5. Columbus Kenny, that was a huge run for him in the Vase on International Day. He was only half a length behind Exultant. Depending on what weight Soumillon does, maybe a pound overweight, but he's going to get 13 or 14 pounds off him this time round. Yeah,
it's a huge swing, and Columbus County was getting to the line really well in the Vase, and Casper Founds has been talking up this horse throughout the season. He said that in the next 6 months we'll see the best of him, but even so he really rates this horse very highly. I think the way that he's been going this season in general, he's going to be a big player. He's one that will certainly benefit from the handicap conditions.
Absolutely, you've got to at that sort of mark. Maybe he will be better up sort of Champions and Cheddar Cup later in the season. What about the format of the Group 3 at Happy Valley, the January Cup, where Savvy 9 finally got his win?
He did. He's run well at a number of races, a number of big races in the past, like the Derby, Andrew. But that was his night to get that first win in Hong Kong at Group 3 level as well, too. I was really taken by what Glorious Dragon did in the race, though, because he was further back in the run. The tempo wasn't that strong. He got to the line really, really well to run second. As you said before, he's got the lightweight. He was runner-up in the race last year, and his trial suggests that he should be right on song for this race on the weekend.
And any race with Time Warp in, anything could happen. I assume he'll get out and get rolling and see how long he lasts.
I think he'll be in front at the top of the straight, but I don't think he'll be in front after that, Andrew. He'll go forward, he'll set the pace, but I think it's fair to say that Time Warp's best days are behind him, as good as those best days were.
Absolutely. All right, so Glorious Dragon to go one better for you this year?
Yeah, I think this is his opportunity. He was second to Exultant last year, but Exultant's not quite as good this year, and I think Glorious Dragon gets his opportunity to get a feature race win here.
Great stuff. All right, Ed, let's have a look at the diary, what's happening this weekend and beyond. The Centenary Vase is our feature race, and it comes up as race number 7 on the programme at 4:05. Happy Valley then midweek, and then return to Sha Tin again on Sunday. And the weekend after that is our Chinese New Year meeting, which will be Christophe Soumillon's final meeting here in Hong Kong as well. So he's only got 3 more to go because he's got a suspension in between. Great work as always, Ed, and we'll see you again. Enjoy the action on the weekend. We'll catch up again soon.
Thank you for that, Andrew. And Andrew, don't worry, you're the most famous person I've got in my phone contacts.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Doesn't say much about the rest of them. All right, that's the show. We're going to finish this week with a Centenary Vase from 2015, and fresh from success in the previous year's derby. Designs on Rome flashed down the outside to grab victory. Just a short head was the margin under Joe Moreira. Enjoy this. We'll see you again on Sunday. Bring all the action from Hong Kong directly.
Coming up to the corner, Kaya's going to straighten in front. Turns clear from Bubble Chic. Dominant peels out, ready to strike. Endowing, Designs on Rome and Willie Cazales. It's Kaya in front. Dominant looms up, gets level. Then Endowing, Designs on Rome and Willie Cazales right down the middle. But Dominant takes a slender lead from Kaya. Helene Superstar. Designs on Rome is gradually wearing at them with Packing Claragib. Dominant in front. Designs on Rome. Packing Claragib's bursting through. Designs on Rome. He's a great horse, Designs on Rome. He knows where the pace is and got his head down to win it.